These are the AlphaRex LUXX-Series LED Tail Lights, and they're available for all 2019 to 2024 Ram 1500s, equipped with the factory halogen tail lights. Now, you should be checking out the LUXX-Series options here if you're looking for an extremely unique tail light that will convert your factory halogen lights to a full LED option, loaded with features such as the sequential turn signals and more. Now, these particular AlphaRex options will combine the black and red inner housing with a smoke lens for a very aggressive look, and can be had all for right around that low $600 price point. All right, let's get into those features because there's certainly plenty to talk about here with the LUXX-Series tail lights. Now, first and foremost, you are converting those basic and boring factory halogen tails to a full LED option, and not just any LED, guys. This is a switchback LED that is given a very unique appearance thanks to the 3 horizontal bars. Now, those bars will handle your running and brake light duties thanks to the red LEDs. However, those same 3 bars will also handle your turn signals as well, as they switch from red to amber and then back again thanks to that switchback technology. Now, what's even more impressive here, guys, is that those signals also feature a very cool sequential pattern. So they almost kind of pulse from one side to another here, just add a little bit more style points to the taillights themselves. Now, that sequential feature or that switchback lighting is also really going to be evident in the unique startup sequence, and that's done anytime you unlock your truck for the very first time. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here with these taillights, and certainly a lot to talk about in the feature department. Finally, guys, the reverse lights will be handled here in between those bars with the bright white LEDs, and they are gonna be far brighter than your factory reverse bulbs. So that's another feature worth mentioning with the LUXX-Series tails. All right, let's get into our construction block here, guys. And these particular set of LUXX-Series tails do feature that lightly smoked lens along with the red LED bars and the internal black housings. And altogether, guys, it does give off a very aggressive look. Now, these lights, again, despite that dark smoke lens, or lightly smoked lens, I should say, it's really not crazy dark. They do still receive the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, which does make them legal for use in all 50 states. Last but not least, guys, you are looking at a plug-and-play install here, also worth mentioning, in addition to a 2-year limited warranty in case you're running into any issues. Moving into our pricing segment, and the AlphaRex LUXX tail lights will land in that mid $600 range. Certainly one of the more premium options here currently on the site for your newer Ram at home, but you have to consider facts like converting your basic halogen to a full LED, the unique look, and that pretty stout warranty. All right, last but not least, let's get into the installation. And as we mentioned earlier, guys, plug and play stuff here. Very, very simple, very straightforward. So the site's gonna call it a soft 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you, I would say, 30 minutes at most to complete from start to finish. But now, to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
All right, for this install, you're gonna need a 3/8 ratchet, along with a T25 Torx bit and a clip removal tool. Today we're going to install taillights on our Ram, but first we're going to watch a quick uninstall video and we'll meet you here when you get back.
So to remove our taillights, we have 2 T25 Torx screws as well as a push clip. So I've got a T25 Torx driver and a clip remover tool to get these out. And with everything removed, we can pull back on our tail light. We'll pull this red tab back, push in the black tab, pop off our connector, and then do the same thing on the other side.
All right, before we can get to our install, one thing to note, we no longer have our factory clips due to previous installs, but you will need them for your install, so let's get started. All right, now that we have our factory tail light out, we can install the new one. We're gonna turn it over backwards, get to our connector. We're going to plug in our harness, let that click in, and we're going to push down the red tab. And now we can line this up. And we're going to put in these 2 notches right inside here. Once we get that lined up, we can push in. All right, now we can install our T25 screws right here and right under here. And just tighten this down. All right, once you have both screws tightened down, you can repeat the same steps for the other side. All right, that wraps up the install for AlphaRex LUXX-Series LED taillights, black-red housing in smoked lenses for 19 to 24 Ram 1500 with factory halogen taillights. Just remember, for everything Ram related, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.